Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Welcome to Punk's Talk Wrestling! On this episode, we talk about this year's WWE Queen and King of the Ring PLE from Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. We discuss who we think are the next credible contenders for the titles and refrigerators. I am R.W. Hellborn, the PA Rock Prince, hailing quote-unquote from Philly! And I am one half of the Crown, which is one half of your Punk's Talk Wrestling Inter-Universal Tag Team Podcast Champion hosts of the world! Now, then, and forever by my side, 3,500 miles away in London, England, he is my tag team podcast partner. He is the other half of the Crown, which is the other half of your Punk's Talk Wrestling Inter-Universal Tag Team Podcast Champion hosts of the world! Mr. Did You Know? Sir King of Reels, the proper prick, CJ Newman!
Did you know that there is a venue in this world, and it's no surprise which venue it is, that has held more WWE title changes than any other venue? And when I mean WWE title, I don't mean any championship. I mean the WWE Championship. And that is Madison Square Garden. Madison Square Garden.
I thought you were going to give me 30 seconds to guess.
Oh, well, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Well, you can guess.
Oh.
You got 30 seconds to guess how many title changes that it's seen.
Oh, shit!
Go.
In the history of just WWE.
Just the WWE Championship.
27.
No, Jesus Christ, no.
What, too big or too little?
It's way too much.
Oh! 14.
No.
17.
No. It was 12.
12. That was gonna be my like fifth more guesses after that.
12. Sure it was. 12 title changes.
I mean, I would have gotten there eventually.
So you would have eventually. Ivan Koloff, Pedro Morales, Stan Stasiak, Billy Graham, Bob Backlund, the Iron Sheik, Hulk Hogan, Diesel, and Psycho Sid all won their very first ever WWE Championship at Madison Square Garden.
Nice. Shout out Stan Stasiak.
Yeah, Stan Stasiak. And then Bret Hart, The Big Show, and CM Punk won one of their WWE Championships at Madison Square Garden. So, obviously, Madison Square Garden's a huge event, a venue for wrestling, but
MSG has been
that just goes to prove it.
Yeah.
And I'm going off a whim here, off of a whim. Like this fact I'm getting is from May of 2020. I'm pretty confident that the title hasn't changed. Well, I don't need to be pretty confident. There's only been one champion, WWE champion, for the last 2 years. So I know it hasn't. So yeah, that number still stands.
Right.
So yeah, there you go.
That is our tribal chief, great Roman Reigns.
That's right. Yeah. So
awesome. Well, there you go.
There you go. Wrestling, huh? But I'm just intrigued here.
About
as
what?
a little did you bonus, because we didn't
did your bonus, yeah.
Did your bonus. Says Buddy Rogers awarded the title after the WWF left the NWA, of which Rogers had been the 7th NWA World Champion after beating Pat O'Connor. After Rogers' one full loss to Luthez for the title on January 24th, Northeast promoters, led by Vince McMahon Sr., did not recognize this title change and withdrew their membership from the NWA to form the Worldwide Wrestling Federation. The WWF billed Rogers as their world champion since January 25th, 1963, but did not recognize him as the first ever WWF World Champion until April, when he received the title belt. There you go.
Interesting.
However, WWE lists Rogers' reign as the establishment of the title at the beginning of April 25th, 1963. So technically, he had that belt for 4 months.
Before they was recognized?
Before the actual lineage of the WWF, or WWE now WWE Championship was actually recognized. Yeah, so that's interesting. I didn't know that.
Man, lineages of titles are wild.
Wow, so wild.
Man. We could do... That would actually be a pretty good... that'd be an interesting episode to do.
That would be interesting. Especially the WWE Championship.
Yeah.
Just to go through it, because especially the early days, it's so interesting.
We could legitimately watch every single WWF title change. I think the network has pretty much every single one of them, right?
I guess.
Maybe not the. Maybe not the.
I don't know. I'm gonna guess there's got to be at least one Bruno Sammartino. One of his title matches has to have been.
I'm sure they
network.
have. Because I know they had some real old stuff on the network when it first came out. They had to put out, they had to put a bunch of content on there.
Yeah.
And I'll put a pin in that. That might be good to just do an episode on the history of the entire lineage.
Yeah.
And how weird it can be sometimes. But before we talk about that, would you rather talk about something else? Like what this podcast episode is about?
Well, what did we talk about before that?
Refrigerators.
Oh yeah. Actually, so let's just not say the how's about we talk about, because just in case we use the fridge thing.
Yeah. I mean, I mentioned it in the intro, so I guess we got to now.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, we really do. You've committed.
See, that's how you commit to the bit.
Yeah, that's how you yeah.
You've just got to put it in there, whether it's good or not. It's now you may have already heard it. Who knows? I have no idea how I'm going to edit this episode. I never do. What happens when you record the beginning at the end?
Yeah.
Oh, how's the move going?
How's the move going?
Yeah.
It's good. I mean, nothing's moved yet. It's just a case of getting everything ready.
Okay.
But Friday is the actual move.
Okay.
It's happening.
Nice.
But yeah, it's just been... I'm just trying to get everything together, which there isn't all that much to get together. It's not like I'm moving a million miles away. I'm moving to the other side of London. So
right. Yeah.
It's like... not every single piece of everything I have needs to come with me. So,
but you're ready to move.
I am
mentally, mentally
so ready to move. I'm extremely ready for this.
Cool, man.
Yeah, so I'm excited. I'm really excited.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited because I've got my generic black cherry seltzer from Giant and my Icebreakers Ice Cube gum. Spearmint.
I want to find... I need to get some seltzers, some generic seltzers from my local supermarket. Maybe that's something I'll do when I move. I'll find my local supermarket and I'll get the generic seltzer and see what's up, It
could be,
Pack my fridge full of them. Do you guys say fridge or do you just say refrigerator?
No, I say the fridge.
Yeah.
Usually.
And what do you call the colder one? I don't want to say the word.
The freezer?
Okay, you call that a freezer too. Okay.
Yeah.
I just wondered if there was another word that you call it.
No, I mean, some people used to call it like the ice box.
I was about to say that you got. Yeah, I thought maybe you might call it the ice box. I know I've heard Americans say that before.
I think that's more of a Southern thing because
yeah.
it used to be like that's
A
literally
literal
what
ice
it was.
box.
It was just an ice. Yeah. But yeah, most people just call it the freezer.
Yeah, it's what it is. It freezes
The colder or.
Did you ever have like a coffin freezer, like the ones that open up, like ever, and like when you're a kid or anything? Do you know what I'm talking about?
The coffin ones? What?
Yeah, the one literally like it's a long one that opens up like a lid. Like you like the ones you get in like supermarkets almost sometimes.
Oh, what? No.
Yeah? No? Okay.
No.
Yeah, my dad had. My parents had one of those when I was a kid.
Really?
Yeah. Because
like
the freezer,
an industrial style.
Yeah, I guess.
Like,
I guess industrial, but in the sense, I knew lots of British people that had one because, a lot of people would leave them in their like, I don't know, that like their conservatory. If you remember what that is from a few weeks ago.
Nope. Go back to listen to episode. I have no
guess
idea
like
which
38
one.
or 39 maybe.
No,
like,
that was before that, wasn't it? The conservatory.
Yeah, but it's like an extended part on the back of your house.
Oh, like a sun deck. Yeah,
like it's like a sunroom, like you said.
That's right. Yeah, sunroom.
So sometimes I knew a lot of people that had them in there. I do not have one of those. A conservatory, I mean, but. Yeah, it was like but a lot of British houses like are small and they can't fit a full-sized freezer or fridge, like your one, like you've got, right? It's like a fridge freezer like combo.
Yeah.
Like we rarely have. I've got one of those now, but where I'm moving, we do not, and. Okay. But I don't know how we got in this conversation. But yeah, coffin freezers. A lot of households had them back in the day, although I haven't seen them in a while.
We'll have to make a reel of this with photos of what, because I'm still like, the name coffin freezer just doesn't make me. Makes me think.
I'm calling it a coffin freezer because that's what I've always called them. But they put search coffin freezer.
Okay.
Yeah, and you'll get it. Although when they're called chest freezers, actually, like a chest, like a chest of gold.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. My mom has one.
Oh, but
yeah.
This whole time, my mom.
This whole time, I'm like, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
No, not like a coffin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. There's have nothing to do at all with wrestling.
Yeah.
Real for the
Punks talk fridge freezers.
Punks talk home appliances.
What do you call the combo ones?
I still call it a refrigerator with a freezer.
Yeah, because we call them fridge freezers.
Okay. I mean, I guess some people might call them that here. I don't, but
I mean, I don't. They're two different doors. If I'm going to the freezer, I open one door to go to the freezer, one door to go to the fridge. So man, what a fascinating conversation, huh?
Right. I hope this makes it. I hope this makes it into the cut. This could be, it might be some Patreon content.
This is a decision for future RW to make.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
It's not a now problem. It's a not now. It's a not now question. But shout out to our Patreon where we are now. Putting some bonus cuts, what are they called?
I don't know, just I don't know, bonus content.
Bonus content, yeah, some stuff that doesn't make the cut of the actual episode.
Yeah. Right. Let's hop to the whole point of this episode. Oh, yeah. You got something else, or
no? Just that I have not seen Raw.
Oh, okay, that's cool. Don't worry. I mean, I have, but that's cool. Don't worry about it.
And if something, I surprisingly haven't gotten it spoiled yet because I haven't been online since then. So.
One thing I will mention before we do move into the chunky part of this episode.
Yeah.
Because we haven't mentioned it in the last few weeks, but the whole Uncle Howdy QR code situation is getting tasty, some would say. So here's the deal. So first of all, the last 2 weeks on Raw, I'll say it this week because it's only a small moment, but last week and this week on Raw, when the QR code come up on the screen, Michael Cole and Pat are mentioning it.
I have noticed that. Yes,
right. They're starting to mention it now. So they're definitely coming to a point where something's going to happen very soon, because this has been going on for months.
Yeah.
Hell, the Dreadmere YouTube channel, which I shared with you and Dan, like I think at the start of this year.
Yeah.
Has been going, for 6 months. This is a long lead up. Now, the most recent, I don't know if you remember, a long time ago, but The Fiend had like this weird therapy session. It was with like a female therapist on a segment. It was a long time ago.
It's crazy. I've seen the thing. I've seen the thing where they had like she's back. It's really creepy.
Well, there was this thing about her going missing, right?
Yeah.
And then so last week there was this. Last week was probably it's actually giving me chills thinking about it.
I've got fucking chills right now.
Right. So I'm
gonna do the thing where
I know that you don't like.
You
creepy.
can literally see them on my
Yeah, you don't like creepy stuff. So
I'm not a creepy. Yeah, man. I know
there's a lot of this stuff you haven't watched, but
I 100% have not been watching it.
But
that reason.
Right, I'll explain the last 2 weeks at the very least. So last week there was one, and it sounds like a guy in his living room, and he's just filming. He's filming like in his house, and he's playing like a 2K game. And people have noted that the arena on the 2K game is the same arena. It's Extreme Rules from 2023 or 2022, the one that where Bray Wyatt returned, right? At the tail end of 2022.
Oh,
it's the same arena in that video. But this guy is like filming in his flat, and he can basically hear something outside, and he films through his like window blind into like the darkness, and it is fucking creepy. They're really going for like that found footage kind of thing right now.
Yeah.
And now the one they've got, I
don't like it.
Yeah, it's fucking creepy. And the one they've got this week was this girl in almost like a TMZ style. This female therapist, in a TMZ style, like breaking a news thing to say that she's safe, basically, that she isn't missing. And then it clips. Basically, the QR code takes you to a page where there's 2 videos. You click on one, and it's that video. The second one, again, is someone filming, again, in their living room, and they're watching that on the TV. That's first video. And then it clips to, like, a fucking armchair, and there's this creepy figure with, like, a veil over its head. And then it clips back to the armchair at the end, and then the person's gone from the chair. And not only that, but we've had some creepy stuff of like dash cam footage going down a highway and then getting to this wooden cabin, and like slowly walking up to the cabin, and there's like blood on the door, and there's like a creepy woman singing from the inside of this cabin. It's like they've done a lot of really weird found footage stuff, and I will say that a lot of this stuff is actually even better than the lead up to Bray Wyatt's return from the last time round. Like they're really pushing this. Well, WWE can do creepy, but this is actually quite It's actually quite scary, the stuff they're doing. It makes you feel really uncomfortable to watch.
Yeah, the bits that I did watch, the few that I did watch were just a little. It's unsettling to me.
Yeah, it's super unsettling. Yeah,
and it's just not my thing, man.
Yeah,
it's just not my thing. So I haven't been. I'm fascinated that they're doing it, but I won't watch that stuff. I can't watch that stuff. It just skeeves me out, and I don't. Yeah. I don't enjoy. I don't get enjoyment from getting skeeved out by it. It just literally gives me nightmares, and I don't need that in my life.
Yeah. So I mean, luckily, I'm not a big scary movie buff or anything like that, but I do like. I think what it is like just like when Bray was doing the whole White Rabbit thing with the QR codes before, which is really smart, and obviously this is a nod to all of that. it just so intrigues me because it's such a different way of telling a story that is so far-fetched for professional wrestling, and that only someone like Bray Wyatt could have come up with. And
even the Bray Wyatt, even the Fiend stuff that he did was not this level of disturbing.
Yeah. And I feel like you know,
it still had that bit of hokiness where it was, or that little bit of like it's not too realistic to be
right. Yeah,
be able to realize like.
Yeah, this stuff feels, because it's like found footage, it feels real.
Yeah,
and
I could never handle that. I'm not good with that stuff. The
obviously
Blair Witch Project
once this all comes to an end and this, you know, it comes to fruition and it's all on TV. Like, I'm sure the found footage stuff will potentially come to an end. I would like to maybe see it used in like a backstage setting, for example, you know, people being filmed in secret without knowing, kind of thing.
Sure. I'm sure that's coming.
Yeah, but by all standards, it seems like there's people that, like, there's so much to look into in these videos. There's literal like coding and stuff that people have looked into, and it seems like it potentially might be a faction that consists of Bo Dallas, Alexa Bliss, Dexter Lumis, Joe Gacy, and Eric Rowan. That seems to be and Nikki Cross. That seems to be the faction we've got going on here.
What is the validation of why are the aside from obviously Alexa Bliss being connected to it before?
Yeah.
I haven't seen any. I mean, there were a few direct mentions of people in the one video.
So
like
Eric Rowan and Nikki Cross have literally been shown in these videos, right?
Yeah.
Alexa Bliss also has.
Oh, she has. Okay.
Yeah. Dexter Lumis and Joe Gacy, I don't know. It goes a bit deeper than just like face value. But
I don't understand.
But basically, there's a lot with a lot of these videos, as you expect. There's a lot of flashing images, and a lot of people have. If you go onto YouTube, like there's literal like the video from last night.
It.
People, there's like 20-minute videos dissecting these 30-second videos, and like, like not only that, people are like going to these websites where the QR codes like direct you to, and looking into the coding for those websites, and they're finding hidden words within the coding and stuff. It's fucking crazy. Not only
that is, and this is why I love it. Like I love it for the that like that is old school early internet shit that people did. I remember 9 Inch Nails used to do all sorts of crazy stuff with their website where you would have to really stuff
work
like that
for it. Yeah. And like they've also so WWE have a Twitch page, and they've also been flashing the QR codes on the Twitch page, which take you to completely different things. And
which
apparently
still exists?
Twitch.
Twitch
Twitch.
Does still exist.
And then they've also apparently put a QR code in the 2K game as well, which is wild. So they're really going all out with this, and I fucking love it. And I really do hope, because this will not involve Bray Wyatt. It will involve the spirit and the idea of Bray Wyatt, but it does not involve him. And I want this story, whatever it ends up being, I really want it to succeed, because it would be such a shame if it doesn't.
Yeah, I agree. I really want this. I really want this to pay off.
Yeah.
The way it deserves to be paid off.
Yeah, and I feel like
I just can't watch any of that shit.
I feel like with Bo being involved, that that's a literal blood tie to Bray, and I feel like that's the perfect person to have involved in all of this. So if you're just pawning this whole Bray aura off it to 5 random people that had nothing to do with him, that's a different story. But with his literal brother involved, perfect. And also, a lot of people wondering whether or not their first target might be Jey Uso because of the whole Firefly situation. Which would be a perfect...
Oh, man. man, that would be wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be very interesting.
Oh, yeah, man. As Booker T says. Oh, yeah, man. I like it.
All right, and on that note, how's about we talk about the King and Queen of the Ring 2024? This is the 12th King of the Ring event, but I believe the 23rd King of the Ring tournament ever held. And it obviously came from Jeddah in Saudi Arabia at the Jeddah Superdome. We do not have an attendance for this event, which is strange because normally there is an attendance.
There are no attendance noted for any of these Saudi shows.
But there is the last one held in the Jeddah Superdome was May 27th, 2023. And that had an attendance of 13,000 people. So I'm only going to presume that this one had about the same. So, Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, Jeddah Superdome.
Interesting.
That's about it. Oh, and just a really quick note, you might have noticed that there was not a Prime hydration station or a Prime logo on the ring mat.
No, there was not.
Yeah, and
because it is only in America.
And
France.
Well, no, it's just
in
because.
What?
It's going to be in every single pay-per-view moving forward, but they have a sponsorship deal in Saudi Arabia with the Jeddah tourist kind of whatever it's called. So
yes,
they weren't allowed to have any other sponsors. Basically, that's just written into their contract.
It's part of the. It's part of their 10-year contract with them, which you can find many other places where people talk about it. Most of the time, everybody's talking negatively about it, but I think it's great that they've been there. I think they've done amazing things.
Yeah.
I know people are going to complain about the things they're going to complain about, and that's okay, and they can. Some things are bad, but I think when you look at what they weren't allowed to do when they started and what they are now doing, you can see the progression. I mean, you can literally see the progression there. Yeah. I know there's, I've seen plenty of people comment about the women not being able to, having to be fully clothed, and it's their custom. What are you gonna like? What do you want? There's nothing for me to say about it. It's their country's custom. Well, it's what they do, and it doesn't impact them performing it doesn't impact them doing what they're there to do, which is. How's about this?
Listen to this. The very first Saudi Arabia event was held on April 27th, 2018, from Jeddah as well, and it featured 10 matches. Every single match featuring a man, and the commentators were Michael Cole, Corey Graves, Byron Saxton, and ring announcer was Greg Hamilton, and all the referees were male, and there was not a single female on, not even the pre-show. Byron Saxton hosted the pre-show.
There wasn't a single female working for them.
No.
At that event.
Move forward.
Everybody, the cameramen.
Exactly.
Everybody.
Now move forward to King of the Ring this past Saturday, and there were 6 matches. 3 of the matches were women's matches. 3 of the matches were men's matches. And if you count up, there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 women on this event and 7 men. So there are technically more women wrestling at this event than there were men.
That's pretty awesome. It's literally progress.
And
so for people
they're not in
progress,
like drab baggy t-shirts either. So.
Yeah. Yep. So if you're looking for progress, you can literally see it there. And I'll never be ashamed to promote that, Like,
and not only that, Kayla Braxton's the host of the pre-show.
Yeah.
It's Jessica Carr and Daphne LaShawn were both referees.
That's not. Yeah. I mean, don't.
I'm taking your shit.
Don't creep in on. Yeah, don't creep on my shit here, man. Like, we'll get to that.
How's about you give us some on-screen personnel right there?
Yeah, let's go through it. We've got English commentators Michael Cole and Corey Graves, Arabic commentators Faisal Al-Mughasib and Jude Al-Dajani, ring announcers Mike Rome, and in the main event, Ibrahim Al-Hajij. Referees Sean Bennett, Jessica Carr, Dan Engler, Daphne LaShawn, and Ryan Tran. Interviews by Byron Saxton. Smiling Byron Saxton. We got to get that. Hashtag Smiling Byron.
Smiling Byron. I like that.
There we go. And with the pre-show panel, like you said, Kayla Braxton, Kevin Owens, Big E, and Wade Barrett.
Beautiful.
I actually did catch part of the pre-show.
Me too.
I caught the pre-show match.
Yeah, I caught this pre-show match too. I tuned in like half an hour early, so I caught that. But it was great, and I liked the little double team move at the end. The kind of pushing.
They're really
weird.
Working well as a pair. Yeah.
Yeah, they're working well as a tag team. So
pushing.
And obviously it looks like Indy Hartwell is now a full-on heel as well. So
yeah. Oh, for sure. She was.
That went away. I didn't think, because obviously it looked like that Indy was a bit like, I don't want to turn heel. Why the fuck are you being a heel to Candice?
Yeah.
And now it just looks like she's like, oh, fuck it. Let's be a heel.
I'm a heel now. Yep.
Yeah. So there's that.
I don't know what I think they were going. I think they were going to go somewhere with it, and it just wasn't. It just wasn't where they wanted to go.
Yeah, I think it was probably easier to just. They need more tag teams, so why break one up?
Yeah, exactly. I still love, yeah, it was a wonderful showing from all of them.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. That was the pre-show, and then the first match of the night was Liv Morgan.
It was 8 minutes and 5 seconds.
Yeah, 8 minutes and 5 seconds.
For the Women's Tag Team Championship. Bianca and Jade, of course, retain.
That's right. We had Liv Morgan versus Becky Lynch for the Double Women's World Championship in a really good match. You know what? Liv Morgan is really, really, like, not that to say I was never, like, fully on the Liv Morgan train, but, like, I always thought she was good, but I always thought she was, like, just missing the spark. You know what I mean? Just as...
Yeah.
Just the last piece was not there, and I feel like since she's returned, she is on point now. I'm like, yeah, you're getting it. You finally got it, kind of thing.
Yeah. She's just doing it for herself.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
and I'm so happy. I'm happy to see it.
Yeah.
We both called it. So
yeah, we did. So it seems like
let's patting ourselves on the back.
Yeah, just do some of that. I like the involvement with Dominic Mysterio. Obviously, we've seen a lot of them kind of backstage in the background in cahoots with each other.
And there was I don't know if I could find it fast enough for it to be relevant. Oh, but I just saw a Maharaja motivational post.
Oh, hell yeah.
That just popped up. Kettlebell shoulder exercises. Hell yeah. Get it, fucking Jinder. Let's share that. No, somebody posted. Well, fuck, I totally forgot what it was. Oh, there was. I think it was an interview or something. It might have been from. It might have been a clip. It might have been from Raw last night, and I just saw the still. And I think somebody was interviewing Liv Morgan, and they were outside, and just in the frame was one of the trailer trucks with Dom's face on the side. Was the only face in the frame in the background.
Right. Yeah.
You know, the way they did the Austin and Cena one.
Yeah. Well, they've
Cody fight
clearly. Yeah, they know what they're doing, and like.
Oh, dude, so nice. I love to see that kind of shit.
A few weeks ago, they had Dom had a pink. Sorry, not a pink. A purple bandana on all night. And Liv Morgan posted a few pictures to her story of her taken backstage, and just a tiny little bit poking out of her pocket later on, it was that bandana just about poking out of her pocket. So like they know what they're doing. I won't die. I mean, you haven't seen Raw.
I'll tell you someone who doesn't know what he's doing. It's fucking Dominic Mysterio, the character.
Oh, he knows what he's doing. Everything he's doing right now as a character.
Does he?
Oh yeah, this is all planned. Him and Liv Morgan are in cahoots with each other. He totally intentionally meant for that to happen.
But is he?
Yes, 100%. 100%. Wait, explain me this. A few weeks ago on Raw,
I'm not saying it doesn't look like he's in cahoots. They're obviously making it
they're
look
walking
like
out
that.
the damn corridors with each other in the background.
But we haven't seen them do any. Well, first of all, we've never seen Dominic and Mommy physically do anything. So
no, but it's heavily implied.
But we know.
And I think there's a reason for that, and that's because
there's probably
they're both
a reason.
engaged, and
yes,
maybe not comfortable with it.
Of course,
yeah,
absolutely. I think there's more to this, and I think Mommy is behind this, setting Dom up with Liv to get her the title so she can come back and take it from her.
I think that we're at a point where Rhea Ripley has to be a face when she comes back. I think when she comes back, right? Because she's so fucking popular right now. And when she comes back, Liv Morgan said she will take everything from Rhea Ripley.
So
she's taken her world
Judgment Day.
She's going to take her. She's taken the world championship. She's going to take Dominic Mysterio. I don't know if she'll take the place in Judgment Day, but she'll definitely take Dominic Mysterio. And I just think that when Rhea gets back, the Judgment Day will be in ruins because it's not looking great right now.
Yeah.
And I think, I definitely think obviously Liv Morgan and Dominic Mysterio. There's a little love triangle going on right here.
Oh, there's some cahoot. There's certainly cahooting.
Yeah.
There's certainly but I'm always gonna look for. This is what they're obviously showing us. So what else could it be? Sometimes they blatantly just lay it right out there for you.
What's good as well is Dominic's the most booed guy on the roster. What's going to get him more booed than being a fucking scumbag cheat?
Well, and being the cause of the Judgment Day eventually crumbling, because it is really all on it's mostly his fault for a lot of the problems.
All the LWO and like
him being involved.
Carlito just kind of hanging with them at the moment. It's just random, but I love it. It's funny. Yeah, it's great.
It's a mess right now.
It's a mess. Yeah, it really is a mess, and I'm enjoying every second of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Liv Morgan Becky Lynch was a fucking great match.
16 and a half minutes of
good long match as well. And Liv Morgan coming out on top was great. I'm so glad that she's got that championship and she deserves it. And especially now, like, this is the right time because she, as I said, she's on point right now. She's got her character. She knows what her character is, I think, finally. So
I think so. And I think she does not have any scruples with how any of it. She doesn't give a shit about what's going on. As long as she got the championship.
Right.
Really.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Everything else is a bonus. I think the little bit of shenanigans somewhat saves Becky a little bit. I think it's fine. I think it's fine. I don't think it was enough to like be over the top. The storyline. I think because the storyline there is more important
Yeah.
And probably because, once again, Becky probably wasn't supposed to be champion again. It was going to be Liv all along, I think.
Yeah.
This is just a little detour. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what happens for sure.
Yeah, me too.
No matter what.
Me too.
No matter what. All right.
Moving on to triple threat for the Intercontinental Championship. Sami Zayn, Chad Gable, Bronson Reed. One of the matches of the night. I fucking love this match.
Yeah.
All of these guys bought it. I think the Chad Gable Otis story, for some reason right now, is my favorite story in the WWE at the moment. I'm so invested. Every time I see them on screen, I'm like shouting at the screen for Otis to just smack a bitch.
Yeah.
And that bitch is Chad Gable. Chad Gable's so hateable, and it's great. I love it. This is gonna be a nice payoff for Otis. Oh, it's gonna be so good, and it's like the crowd's getting more and more behind him. Again, I won't digress into what happened on Raw, but it's great, and it's just I fucking love this storyline. But this match was phenomenal, and we had the triple tower of German suplexes, and
that was awesome.
That was so cool, and Bronson Reed flying all about the place.
Another match where going into it, couldn't be 100% sure. I think we both
said Bronson Reed. Did we?
We both said Sami Zayn. I'm sure.
Did we Sami Zayn? I can't remember. We did. We did say Sami Zayn.
I'm pretty sure we said we had, because Sami Zayn won, so we must have said that because we're right.
Because we're right all the time. Yeah. All the time. Never wrong. Ever wrong.
Never. Not yet. I mean,
no, not yet. 41 episodes in, I've never been wrong. Neither of you.
Batting 1,000 as far as my records, as far as my books say, and I'm writing the books. So
there you go.
We get next up is the Queen of the Ring tournament final.
Yeah. Nia Jax, Lyra Valkyria.
Yeah. Once again, shout out to Lyra Valkyria. If you hadn't heard our interview with her from WWE, the press event before WrestleMania was up on our last episode. Go check that out.
You as well. You weren't impressed too much with Nia Jax, the last run she had in the WWE, right?
No, none of us were, and
none of us were.
She wasn't even impressed with her last run.
And I am just. Every match that she has now, not only they're always quite long-ish matches, and they're great. And her character works good, and she's a great heel, and she's great with the crowd. And
I think she finally realized
she figured it out, and she's good in the ring. She's good because she's figured out how to be. I don't know. There's different styles, and I think she's found her style in the ring. And with that, not to say, I mean, obviously there were things with her style that had to be worked on, but I gotta say, I reckon that the majority of the female roster didn't know how to work someone big, because everyone they wrestled was about the same size. They're all about the same size as each other. So when you're wrestling someone bigger, you're not used to it. Therefore, your body and your reactions aren't going to be the same. So obviously, it's pretty tricky for everyone else to also catch up to speed with wrestling someone that's the size of Nia Jax.
Yeah, and I none of us can pinpoint it. I'm sure she'll talk about it, at some point. But there definitively was a change in her. This was what we talked about on her last run. I wish it was the Nia Jax. I loved Nia Jax when she first came up. I was
NXT,
a huge supporter, and then it just didn't. Something didn't work. But it works now, and I'm so happy. And I'm happy for her. You could tell at the end of that match, just her emotional, outpour of it was deserved.
Yeah. Yeah, and completely chucking kayfabe away. Triple H obviously chose her to be the Queen of the Ring because he obviously thinks she deserves it too.
Absolutely.
You won't just make someone king or queen of the ring if you don't think that they deserve to be that. And have a title shot at some. By the way,
and
that's amazing. Fucking the winner of the king and the queen of the ring.
Yeah, I won a title shot.
There's actually a consequence to it. You don't just get a gimmick for a year. Yeah, you actually have a title shot now. Fucking love that.
It ties it. It's an easy, because it's a great hook to tie the storylines story. It's a built. It's you build in a story hook automatically, and it works. It's good. I'm so I'm so glad that it means something too. Other than them continually telling you it means something, which I also like that they do.
Well, I think it back when it was running from like 92 to 2002, because it ran every year, it felt prestigious, right?
Yeah.
Because it was a consistent. But when they were doing it sporadically, it was like 2002, then 2006, then 2009. It didn't feel as important because
because they were just
throwing it in there because of the fuck of it.
You're throwing it in there because you need to get. It was probably a convoluted way of we need to get we just need to get different feuds going. Yeah. So let's have a tournament and just shuffle it all the fuck up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
without actually thinking of what was happening after that.
Yeah, and they basically So the last time that the winner of the King of the Ring, or now in this case the Queen of the Ring, got a title shot was 2002, and that's when Brock Lesnar won it, and then his title shot was at SummerSlam. So I guess they've gone with the same format there as that from 22 years ago. So,
and they already build. Yeah. Oh yeah, man.
I like it.
I like it. Now with Nia Jax getting she's on SmackDown, so she gets a SmackDown.
I think that's the way they're running it. You get a title shot for whatever world title is on your brand, basically. Yeah.
Because so now we get Nia Jax versus Bayley.
Yeah.
And Gunther, and as we'll see,
potentially.
Huh?
Well, there's like 2 pay-per-views before then.
Oh, right. Potentially Bayley could lose between now and then. Yes, but that's not going to happen.
Yeah, we got Clash at the Castle. We got Money in the Bank before we even think about getting to SummerSlam. So
yeah,
we got a ways yet.
Yeah, man. But yeah, 9 minutes and 40 seconds. Amazing match. Once again, shout out to Lyra Valkyria.
Yeah, and crazy ending with Nia Jax landing on Lyra.
Holy fuck, man.
Fucking hell. It looked brutal. Absolutely brutal. It looks like Lyra's okay. She did wrestle on Raw, I'll tell you that much. So she is okay. Cool. But crazy. But she fucking
She made it look brutal.
Brutal, yeah.
Without actually
hurting her.
Yeah.
So good going on both parts.
Yes, thank you.
Up next, King of the Ring finals with Gunther versus Randy Orton.
Yeah.
In a hell of a match.
Dude.
This is what I love about King of the Queen of the Rings is you get a lot of first time matches for no reason. And obviously this was one of them.
Yeah.
Match that's never happened before. But I never knew I wanted Gunther versus Randy Orton until I saw this.
I didn't even think about it.
I didn't even think about it either. Yeah, you're right.
Never crossed my Gunther versus Randy Orton never even crossed my mind.
Right.
Until now.
But what a fucking match.
Fuck, man. Yeah. I think this might have been my match of the night, I think.
Okay, yeah. I mean, this the Intercontinental and the Cody Rhodes Logan Paul match. Every match in this fucking card was great, to be honest with you.
Every match was great,
but and to be honest, every pay-per-view or PLE that comes by, I'm just like, oh,
fantastic!
Every match is fucking great.
I'm saying this is the 9.8 out of all 9.
No, for sure.
All of
like,
9s,
there's always some that are better than others, but this match was brilliant, and they both brought the best out of each other. Like seeing Randy kind of hang with someone that's like young and fresh as well is great to see because obviously
and stiff. With the
chops.
And
stiff as well. Like it's very rare you ever see Randy with like welts on his chest and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So.
And I did not. And even though we both, once again, we both said Gunther was going to win last week. We both predicted that. And of course we were right. But There were more than enough times where I really thought that was not Randy was going to take it.
Oh yeah, no, me too. I really did think that, and obviously we had the weird ending with the shoulder off the mat. And I don't know if you've seen, they interviewed Triple H backstage after the event, and it was like he did acknowledge it and said that while obviously there is controversy with the shoulder being up, it's like the referee's decision goes, and Gunther is the king of the ring. But this is definitely something they're going to swing back around to, because obviously it's part of the story here. You can tell.
Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah, and
I love that he even used it is the referee's decision is final.
Yeah,
the ref didn't see it, so the ref couldn't call it.
What I actually liked is in the segment backstage, it's like whoever was interviewing, it might have been Kayla Braxton maybe, interviewing Triple H, and she said like had a controversial ending to the match, and Triple H was like, it wasn't controversial, like Randy's shoulder was up. And I like that he was just like, there's no controversy about it. That's just what it was.
Yeah. Like no, he's not trying to deny it or ignore it.
Exactly.
But the fact that they literally used it as part of the angle is what's great.
What I'd love to see now is obviously Gunther's got his world title shot at SummerSlam. It'd be great if Randy now could be like, hey, I had Gunther beat, I should be getting a world title match. And then it ends up being Cody versus Randy at SummerSlam, which there's so much story to be told there, with obviously legacy and everything like that. So,
bro, that's true. Yeah, because he would have received the title shot against Cody.
That's right. So maybe that can still happen at SummerSlam.
Yeah, man. So, man.
Booker T gets quoted a lot on this podcast.
I know, because he's great, and because there's a lot of things to say, oh yeah, man, too. I like it.
Then finally we had Cody Rhodes versus Logan Paul in giving me another 5,000 reasons why I think Logan Paul is fucking great. It was a phenomenal match. I just fucking love it. I love this match.
Yeah, but I still have to deduct points because they baited and switched us on the title for title thing.
I get that.
And I am a little salty about that.
The story going into this wasn't the best told story. There was some good, there was some good back and forth between Cody and Logan, especially the SmackDown before King and Queen of the Ring, where Cody was like, you know, you're a part-timer, you need to prove yourself essentially between these ropes.
Yeah. See, I would have loved to see them use the shoulder. The shoulder was up. Should have been Logan Paul. With his shoulder up, he should have lost the United States Championship, and then he could have done something to then demand it back or whatever. He could have got it back or somehow. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like,
I get that, but
the match was great.
As a match, I loved it, and I
loved it. As the story that you baited and switched me.
And someone, I did see someone online make note that with this match and a few others in the past few months, there's been quite a few moves that have been historically banned by the WWE that have been used in the last few months. So we had, so we had Sami Zayn using the Brainbuster on the turnbuckle at WrestleMania on Gunther.
Oh, that's right.
We had
I didn't know the Brainbuster was banned.
Yeah, we've had Burning Hammer banned, which was used by AJ Styles and Cody Rhodes at Backlash, and now we've had the Vertebreaker, which was banned, and it was used by Cody Rhodes on Logan Paul.
Interesting.
Yeah, so props to Logan Paul for taking a very unsafe banned move, to be honest with you, because the Vertebreaker is a really dodgy move to take.
Yeah, because the reason it got banned was because you do it wrong, you get really fucked up.
Yeah, it's called the vertebraker for a reason because it can fucking break your vertebrae.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, crazy cool that, these moves are great moves, but using them once in a fucking blue moon is the perfect way to use them.
Yeah.
Because you can rehearse them plenty before, and then you can do it safely, and then not use it again for even another year.
Yeah.
And that's a good way to do it. I'd much rather that.
I mean, it's like when John Cena and when CM Punk did the pile driver to John Cena.
Right? Yeah. Perfect.
I mean, that was they from what I understand, they did that on their own and got a lot of shit for that.
It seems that way.
I think that I would love to look that up. Maybe we'll stick Danny the Brain on that one too.
Yeah.
Find out whatever happened with that.
But yeah, I mean, it's good to see. It's cool to see. Highlight though was that fucking drone shot of.
Oh yeah.
Whoa.
Oh yeah, man.
Amazing. That was cool. Apparently, well, not apparently. Of Logan Paul, I see. He took a screen grab of his text message to like the production crew, proposing that idea.
Really?
So
nice.
that was his idea to try and get a cool drone shot of the frog splash, and it was done to perfection. It was done to absolute perfection. So obviously apparently it's an idea he's been wanting to do for a while, but there's a lot of arenas basically America don't allow drone usage with live crowds, it seems.
Okay.
So that's why, if you've never noticed, the only times they've ever used drones is Saudi Arabia, Backlash, and Puerto Rico.
Ah, okay.
Because they don't allow the drones.
Then have more PLEs everywhere else than America.
Yeah, so we get some more cool drone shots.
Yeah, man.
Like that fucking, remember Bad Bunny's entrance when the drone followed him out and then swang around the entire arena and come back to him again?
Was fucking rad.
Such a cool. I'm gonna watch that after this. I'm gonna watch that whole match after this.
I think I'm gonna do that too.
That main event was awesome. Fucking Damian Priest, Bad Bunny. Fuck yeah. Bring Bad Bunny back. I want to see Bad Bunny versus Logan fucking Paul. That's what I want to see.
Yeah, dude.
Fuck yeah,
let's figure that. Yeah, let's figure out how to make that happen.
Yeah, an actual celebrity versus celebrity match that would actually be fucking good.
Yeah, holy shit, that'd be great. It could. There's an easy way to work it in, Triple H, because I know you're listening.
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
Yeah. Bad Bunny did it first. Bad Bunny was the first celebrity to be a real wrestler. Let's put it this way: to be a real wrestler.
Yeah.
Give me what I want, Hunter. Hunter.
I don't know if you. There's another thing as well. If you've noticed, but Logan Paul, when he comes out, he's announced, because he's from Cleveland, Ohio, but it says. I think they say Puerto Rico by Cleveland, Ohio, because he lives he lives in Puerto Rico now.
Oh,
so that's another way you could tie in Bad Bunny as well.
There you go.
But yeah,
easy.
Cody
there you
Rhodes.
Go. Wrapped it up. It's a done deal. Make
fucking hell, we're not even talking about the whole
for
Michael
the United
Cole.
States. Oh, give him the fucking United States Championship title.
That would be great.
Bad Bunny is U.S. champion.
Let's do it at SummerSlam.
Right before, so Bad Bunny can take it on tour, and then he can just perform with the United States Championship.
Yeah.
On an entire tour. I don't know if he's touring, but he should after he wins the United States Championship. I don't get. Oh God, dude.
Oh yeah, and SummerSlam's in Cleveland.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Which writes itself. Michael Cole getting involved in the main event. I don't know if you saw what happened the night before, but Logan Paul gave his brass knuckles to Michael, and he was like, "I'm not going to use these."
Yeah, he's not going. And then he just blatantly comes out with another.
And then on SmackDown, they found he had them.
He had them on SmackDown. Yeah, he had them on SmackDown.
When he had a pat
after he already gave the one away, and then he still had him again at the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
And it's just like, what do you expect? What did you expect? I lied. Like, what do you expect?
But I loved Michael Cole like getting proper involved and uppity about it.
Oh,
and
dude, like
Corey Graves having to like protect him. It was so good. I loved it. That's a nice little bit of story involvement with commentators. I'm into that. I love
it when they cross when they cross boundaries with that, because that can.
It's also the only sport in the whole world where commentators can get involved in.
Yeah, that's true.
If you think about it.
Mm-hmm.
So
I don't even have to think about it. I know that's absolutely the case.
So
it's the only sport.
Cody Rhodes.
Yeah. So Cody Rhodes wins.
Yeah, Cody Rhodes wins. Like we didn't see that coming.
24 minutes and 20 seconds.
Good match. Liked it.
Great match.
Who would you? Well, first, let's get this out of the way, and then I'll ask this question. What's your rating?
Ooh, yeah, the PTW D20 rating. I have to deduct. I'm still salty about it not being title for title. But now that we've talked about it, I can see that they must have other ideas working. So I'm gonna trust them. I'm not gonna project my any negativity towards this, and look objectively, and trust that Triple H knows what he's doing.
Trust the process. I'm going with a 17. 17.
Going with a high 17. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd agree with you. I think.
Yeah, that's some.
I really enjoyed this show. Oh!
Yeah.
Fuck, I've got something to tell you right now.
Tell me right now, then.
So, I can't exactly remember. That was it. So, all right. So, I watched this pay-per-view, or PLE, by myself, right? But Heather, my girlfriend, for anyone listening, was doing work on her laptop, but she was in the same room as me, sitting on the sofa, doing work, but I was watching the show. Uh-huh. Heather's not a fan of wrestling, as we all know. But obviously I
think she kind of is now.
She lives with me. So,
yeah,
two things.
Just by default.
In the women's match, now, she doesn't keep up fully, but she keeps up enough to go, oh, I thought Rhea Ripley was the world champion. And I thought that Becky Lynch lost to her at WrestleMania. And I'm like, well, I was impressed enough that she remembered all of that from WrestleMania. So that was that. But then later on in the night, she was like, you don't actually think that Cody's going to lose this, do you? I was like, what? She was like, yeah, I mean, like, with the story of Roman Reigns, like, he was like, Cody was a credible threat to Roman's title. Like, Logan isn't. They haven't built enough story up. There's no way people are going to think that Logan's going to do this. And I'm like, I was like, well, fucking look at you.
Yeah.
Look at you over here. And not only that, but she sings along to Cody Rhodes' theme when he comes out. So there you go.
Right. I mean, how can you not? It's kind of hard not to.
So I'm not saying that I've made a fan of her, but she pays attention, and that's.
But she's paying attention. She knows what's
up.
That's awesome.
So that made me laugh. I proper dug into her when she came out with that at the main event, and she looked at me and she was like, "You're not allowed to tell anyone." I said, "No, cool. I'm just going to say it on the podcast instead."
I'm not going to tell anyone. I'm going to tell
everyone.
The entire internet.
So good. Anyway,
I'm glad she's still getting enjoyment out of it too.
Yeah.
And what did she think of the women's outfits?
Yeah. I mean, I think she digs them. It's quite cool, obviously, with being in Saudi Arabia with the different outfits that they get to do. I don't know if you noticed that the Becky Lynch and Liv Morgan match, they were both in Britney Spears inspired attires.
I knew that Liv Morgan's was. I didn't realize.
As was Becky Lynch as well. Yeah.
That's funny.
My question to you from earlier that I didn't get to. If you were to choose, like, who who would be someone on the roster right now that could be a credible threat to Cody Rhodes that you could lead into quite a solid story? Because we had now and again, we had people going for Roman's title where you're like, fuck, he could actually lose it here. But then some people were like, he ain't losing it. So who would it be? Who do you reckon would be a credible threat?
Well, the most credible threat, for some reason, was not renewed, and that's the modern day Maharaja Jinder Mahal.
Obviously, drop.
Yeah.
I feel like I guess Randy in a way, but not really. But I just feel like SmackDown is lacking that.
Well, there is a growing thing with AJ Styles. There's obviously the I don't have. Let's talk. We can talk about that for a moment. We can talk about the I don't have much time left.
Yeah, comment. I saw that.
And what the hell does that mean? I don't have much time left. I mean, other than just I'm getting older.
I guess.
But.
Yeah, but I guess because we've just done that match, it would be weird to go back to it. I think LA Knight building him to that level once again would be probably a credible threat. But Cody's not losing that title at a bit. Well, as Heather said, he's not losing that championship unless it's WrestleMania, and I'm like, you're completely right.
yeah, exactly. So who can be a credible threat in the meantime? Who can they put him up against? I mean, Kevin Owens is on SmackDown.
Kevin Owens is one. I mean, you build up Ciampa and Gargano as singles people, but that's a long way out. And
yeah, I mean, Randy, Shinsuke.
But yeah, I guess Carmelo Hayes if you build him properly up. Bobby Lashley as well.
Yeah, you could have all these guys face him. But
yeah, we could definitely have all them face him. But
who could be? No one's a credible. Yeah,
no one's a credible threat. That's the problem.
I could see a well-written Bobby Lashley storyline.
Yeah.
As far as making it seem credible, not necessarily him winning, but at least making it credible and believable.
The credible threats are on Raw. CM
All the credible
Punk,
threats are on Raw.
CM Punk especially, Drew McIntyre, Gunther. Like these are actual like Jey Uso. Like they're all stories that could be really good. Like CM Punk and Cody got history. Jay and Cody got history, and there's a lot of stories you could tell with some of the Raw roster that could be actually good, credible threats to.
There also may be more time. Seth may. Oh yeah, Seth got drafted to Raw, so he's.
Yeah.
I mean, but in 6 months, who knows? Somebody else might wind up swapping for some other reason.
Oh yeah, there's you never know. Bron Breakker might be. I mean, Bron Breakker's on a fucking rampage. So
we have to, even though there's been nothing about it, we're gonna get CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes at some point.
Oh yeah, at some point, yeah.
And he's another one that doesn't have a lot of time left, I guess. Considering he's older and injured much. There's a ton of credible threats on Raw. I don't know, man. Yeah, I don't know what's
a tough one. But obviously, you still, Cody is now on the same show as the Bloodline, so that can always reunite it once again. So
yeah, I mean, I assume
Solo is one of them. Solo could actually be a credible threat. Actually,
Solo is a credible threat because he's got the Bloodline.
Yeah, and I guess he could always be like Roman never would have kept that title at WrestleMania 39 if it wasn't for Solo. So yeah, you got that. That's a story to be told right there. And now with Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's where that can go. What about the women's title, real quick? While we're just fantasy booking some of these championships right now.
Yeah.
Might as well just throw some. Since we really didn't talk about anything else going on this week.
when it comes to Bailey, there's plenty of. I mean, Belair and Jade Cargill, obvious standouts.
We've got
Naomi, Nia Jax is an obvious one.
We got
Tiffany Stratton.
Chelsea Green is going to be.
Chelsea Green, yeah.
They're pushing. And I mean, as far as credible threats, not just credible threats, but people that could get in the ring with Bailey one way or another. I mean, there's got to be a storyline that could get Elektra Lopez and Bailey involved just by some backstage segment or whatever.
Yeah.
You know?
Quite interesting. If you go to the WWE.com Superstars page and you filter it by free agent, it's got Brock Lesnar, MVP, and Omos.
Yeah, I noticed that. There was...
I understand that Brock's a free agent, and it's very interesting. It seems like all the stuff that happened with him that we're not going to get into, but it seems like his name's essentially been cleared from all that. It wouldn't shock me if he's back.
Yeah, I don't think...
Come SummerSlam, if I'm honest with you. But yeah, that's interesting. Oh, and I guess another thing to make mention of is they've announced SummerSlam 2026. They haven't even announced SummerSlam 2025 yet. But SummerSlam 2026 is going to be 2 days.
Yeah. You want to hear something which is great, oh, you continue and then I'll interrupt you.
Oh, that was done.
Else.
That was what I was going to say.
Oh. Something else interesting that I just noticed.
What's that?
The WWE alumni section.
Uh-huh.
Adam A. Kid, Adam Bomb, Adam Cole, Adam Rose. Not just people who are no longer active, but there are a lot of active wrestlers that are still on the WWE website.
But they would be.
They used to never have people.
I guess if they wrestled for
like,
another company, yeah.
They're currently wrestling in another company, and their faces on their website. Yeah,
that's true.
They used to never have that shit.
Yeah, everyone's
also. I'm just looking at some of these people, and I'm like, I don't remember. They're like they have all sorts of people that I don't even remember. Like
I feel like they got everyone here.
Ari, anyone who was ever a WWE superstar is on here, right?
That's great.
Amir Jordan, Ari Sterling, Arturo Ruiz, Asher Hale. Who are all these people?
I don't know any of these people. The people I'm literally watching, seeing this as you are, and Oh, Bo Dallas is in the alumni section. How interesting, huh? There's Camacho. Look, Camacho. That's Tongaloa.
Really?
Yeah, that's Camacho. If he was in the WWE, I don't know what year, but he was Hunico's tag team partner.
Oh, okay.
Oh, they haven't updated the Tongaloa and Tamatonga aren't on the SmackDown Superstars page yet, so they haven't updated that. Yeah, they haven't got a bio for them yet and stuff.
Next week
we don't know what we're doing.
I have no idea. Yeah, I don't know what we're doing next week either. So we got to figure that out. Listen,
how's about this? I'm going to put up a question on the Instagram stories right now.
Yeah,
and I'll put up that question for the next 3 or 4 days, and I'll just be like, how's about we talk about whatever you want us to talk about? How's about you tell us what to talk about? Yeah. But I'll propose the question. If we get any good ones, maybe that's what we'll give you a shout out next week, and we can. And if not, but then we'll make something up.
Yeah, we might.
But it'd be great. It would be great to have a fan requested episode. That'd be nice.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna make that a thing. All right. Well, I think.
Shout outs.
Oh, shout! Yeah, you do your thing.
Shout outs.
You're good at this bit.
New followers this week. We've got new followers, and if that is you, then we shout you out. I don't know how. I don't know how to really list.
It's kind of there's no way of doing that now. So.
Yeah, it's kind of hard.
But thank you.
But thank you.
I appreciate
thank you to all our
new
followers on Instagrams, on Threads, and anywhere you're following us. I told you that if you want to shout out on anything, just tag us in any post anywhere with the hashtag. That's GIBBYWAHIWAN. And we'll shout you out. Patreon.com/punkstalkwrestling, where we are probably going to put outtakes or side conversations. We're putting stuff there again, so go check it out. Yeah, Instagram and Threads at Punks Talk Wrestling, Facebook and TikTok at Punks Talk Wrestling, YouTube at Punks Talk Wrestling, email punkstalkwrestling@gmail.com, and that's it. Tell us things. Send electronic words to our eyes by any number of mediums.
By any means necessary.
Any means necessary. If you use some other social media, like if you're a Reddit, tell us. We'll make a Reddit page just for Punks Talk Wrestling. If you want to talk about it there, we don't care. Do whatever you want, or we'll do whatever we want. If nobody wants us to do anything they want, we'll give ourselves what we want.
I was just waiting for that to come. I was just like, it's going to happen. You're going to say it. You'll put two and two together and you'll say it.
I'll put it together. You could hear it. You could feel it through the internet cables. The brain process getting to that.
Yeah, to get to that point. Yeah. All right.
I guess that. We have an update. Yes, next week we will have an update on the status of the inaugural Punks Talk Wrestling Superior Intellect in All Things Professional Wrestling and Still College Championship match between the proper prick CJ Newman and the anonymous podcast critic.
All right. Well, cool. I didn't know that. That's be good to know. It's been a while since we heard from the anonymous podcast critic.
It has. Well, yeah. I mean, the MBDN, CNB, CNA,
CNN,
CNN, stars.
Hashtag.
It's the complications, the growing complications involved with all of it. It's we had the notification. We had I can't even can't even talk about it.
Just can't talk about it.
Just can't talk about it. At least until next week, so we get the official update.
All right.
But until then, I guess we'll just end it.
Yeah.
Just end the podcast?
Yeah, just end it now. Right now. Here.
Here,
right there, done.
Oh man, awesome! All right, let me take a quick bathroom break.
Cool,
and we'll do our intro.